You're dead.
I may be dead, but I'm still pretty. Which is more than I can say for you.
You were destined to die. It was written.
What can I say? I flunked the written.
Come here. Did you really think you could best me here when you couldn't below?
You have fruit punch mouth.
What?
I think it's funny, and I think it's clever, and I think Buffy is a strong heroine, and that's interesting.
I really like watching. It's a total escape. You have this little girl, and she's always got a funny quip, and she always has something right to say.
Hey, Ken. Want to see my impression of Gandhi?
Like, no matter what situation she is, she always has the right thing to say, and it's fun.
Gandhi? Well, you know, he was really pissed off.
Well, see, the thing is, it used to be like there were teenage shows, and then there was Buffy, and the really funny thing was that Buffy was more realistic than the realistic teenage shows.
And like, I'll admit, like, I watched Dawson's Creek when it first started, and they're like all the same person.
Because it just kind of had these random vampires running around, but it really addressed kind of more like real issues, which was fun, and it was really funny.
Oh, please. I don't mean to interrupt your downward mobility, but I just wanted to tell you that you won't be meeting Coach Foster, the woman with the chest hair, because gym was canceled due to the extreme dead guy in the locker.
Like, they had good script writers, and they had funny jokes.
Dead. Totally dead. Way dead.
It's not just a little dead.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer is as subversive a cultural text as any you can see in the mainstream media today. At the heart of the show is a constant contestation of meaning and a transgressive reading of objects that we think we already know intimately. In this opening scene of the pilot episode, you see two people and immediately make assumptions about their roles.
It's a great idea. Now, come on.
But don't be too sure you know what you're seeing.
Whole town.
I don't want to go up there.
Oh, you can't wait, huh?
You're just gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, you can count on it.
What was that?
It's what?
I heard a noise.
It's nothing.
Maybe it's something.
Well, maybe it's something.
It's not funny.
Hello? There's nobody here.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
Buffy is the superhero of teenage life. Every battle she fights is symbolic. Her power lies in taking all of our assumptions and inverting them.
It's okay. I know you are.
The cross she wears is an example of this reappropriation. Around her neck, it no longer carries the meaning of innocence and purity, but power and transgression. This transgression, and her constant refusal to accept the dominant meanings of any given object or situation, leads Buffy into constant conflict with authority figures.
What are you doing?
Breaking into your office and going through your private files. Candidate for what?
I'm calling the police.
What the show implies is that teenage life is always at odds with authority.
Congratulations to the class of 1999. You all proved more or less adequate. This is a time of celebration, so sit still and be quiet. Spit out that gum.
One of my favorite episodes has to be Hush.
Okay, favorite episode.
Favorite episode? I think I like the silent episode best, actually.
Hush.
Just because, first of all, I mean, how well done does it have to be to have a whole entire TV show be silent?
Scary, like those, like the the gentlemen. I was trying to think of them. They were really scary to me, especially probably since they can't talk. And they like the way they moved and the way they looked. Yeah. That was totally creepy. Yeah, really creepy.
I just thought, like, the way they build tension and then break it with humor is just really good to watch, because you'd be sitting there and these horrible things are floating and, you know, they look like the other little demons were like flying monkey-esque type things. And then you'd have her walking around with a little dry erase board. How can you not laugh? And so you're scared and you're laughing, and you're scared and you're laughing, and, you know, Giles is pantomiming big, scary monsters. I mean, that's funny.
Hush, the silent episode, is a perfect example of what Buffy does. It takes an aspect of real life, renders it symbolic, and represents it as a demon. Every episode begins with real life.
I don't. This isn't a relationship. You don't need me. All you care about is lots of orgasms.
Okay. Remember how we talked about private conversations? Well, I guess we have to talk.
I guess we do.
We are given a real-life context in which communication becomes problematic among the characters. And then we are given a demon, the gentlemen, who represent, symbolically, what happens when propriety constricts our speech. The message of Hush is, quite literally, silence equals death.
time, but I think it just goes to show you how an average Buffy episode can be reinterpreted and looked at, you know, over and over again.
Right. One of the primary messages of Buffy is how authority, unresisted, easily becomes demonic.
Who's gonna do the entire speech? Man, just ascend already.
On the day that Buffy and the gang graduate from high school, their town mayor becomes a giant snake intent on eating the class of '99. What he doesn't expect, what the demonic figures of this or any reality never expect, is for the intended victims, the masses, the youth, to fight back. In this context, Buffy's heroism is defined by her refusal to accept subjugation.
You work and you live, that is all. You do not complain or laugh or do anything besides work. Whatever you thought, whatever you were, does not matter. You are no one now. You mean nothing. Who are you?
Aaron?
Who are you?
No one.
Who are you?
No one.
Who are you?
I'm Buffy, the vampire slayer, and you are? Anyone who's not having fun here? Follow me.
By continually refusing to agree to the conditions of oppressive authority, Buffy gives courage to those
Fight back? You just don't fight back! That's how this works!
Her resistance allows others to be empowered, to resist in ways they could have all along, but were too afraid to try.
Get down there! One of you fights, and you all die. That was not permitted.
Yeah, but it was fun.
You've got guts. I think I'd like to slice you open and play with them. Let everyone know this is the price of rebellion.
At the end of the day, what we are left with is always a reminder of what the show is really about. The contested symbols and archetypal drama enacted are planted firmly back in the treacherous waters of the lives of teenagers, with all their pain, their protest, and their triumph.
Take a moment to deal with this. We survived.
It was a hell of a battle.
At the battle. High school. We're taking a moment. And we're done.